What's good, y'all? It's Ali back again with another YouTube video in which I give you guys mental models you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals you are after. So let's get right into it. So today I want to talk about working smarter, not harder. So this is similar to another one of the style variations I'm trying with my whiteboard videos where I take success quotes or quotes that usually come from the perspective of achieving your goals and becoming successful and break them down in a way that you can understand them or use them to make sure you can accomplish your goals. So work smarter, not harder. This is something that you've definitely heard a billion times, that you need to pick the right things to work on rather than just be like, I'm just going to work really hard and that's going to get me the shit that I want out of life. Like, no, you actually need to be accurate. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard at all. So let me break this down a little bit. So when they say work smarter, they mean make sure when you work on something, you're getting as much out of it for as little effort as possible. This is essentially what efficiency is. You know how like the better you get at a skill, the less effort you have to put in mentally when it comes to focus to act on said skill. Think about your ability to walk right now. Like it's easier for you to walk now. You've been walking for years. Like compared to when you were 4 years old. Like when you're 4 years old, it took all your mental effort. Maybe you don't fucking remember, it doesn't matter, but like it took all your mental effort to be able to just stand up and take your first few steps. Now you do it like clockwork with no effort, right? That's the good thing of just like the better you get at a skill, the more efficient you get. More efficiency just means that for less effort, you're able to get more. So that's what they mean by you want to work smarter. You want to find ways to get a lot out of basically doing nothing. That's the point. It's not really you're trying to be lazy. It's just that like you're trying to be as efficient as possible. That's how we are as human beings. That's how the world around us has been built up. It's been finding ways to become more efficient or get a lot of use out of something for basically no effort at all. But what ends up happening is that you'll hear this quote like work smarter, not harder. And it'll make you somehow think, a lot of you dumb niggas, it'll make y'all think, oh, that means I shouldn't work hard at all. That means you should not you should not be putting in effort. You shouldn't be trying hard. You should be going in and out of your way to make sure you're putting in no effort at all. But the thing is, if someone is willing to work smart and hard, you can't beat them if you're just trying to work smart. I'll give you another example. Let's say there's two light switches, right? One light switch, if you flick it up and down, it gives you $1. The other light switch next to it, if you flick it up and down, it gives you $100, right? And let's say your goal here is to make a lot of money. So if you come over here and you're like, look at me, this guy's over there flicking the $1 light switch. You know, he's going super hard. He's working really hard. He's not working smart though, but he's working really hard. He's making his money. All I got to do is flick this light switch twice and I've already made $200. While he's still currently only on like $30 flicking up and down. I just made 200 off 2 flicks, right? So this guy over here is like, look at me. I'm so smart. Look at what I did. Whereas the other guy over there is going super hard and he's not really getting that much out of it. But the thing is, the minute that guy who's willing to put in a lot of effort, who's willing to go hard, realizes, oh, I can just flick that light switch that dude's flicking, and then I can get $100. So if he comes over there, and let's say there's just another light switch that he can use that gives him $100 right next to this guy, who's like, look at me. The minute he goes over there and starts flicking it really hard, he's instantly going to be beating this other guy who's not willing to go as hard because he's more concerned with just being smart or working as smart as possible. Where this other guy's like, hey, let me work smart and hard. Let me take my work ethic that I worked for, because a big theme of this channel is that everything can be gained through training and effort. So with this work ethic that has been built from working hard, because the only way to get good at working hard is by working hard. So with this work ethic I built up, now I just got to make sure I also do the smart thing. So if you're just this guy over here who's thinking on your high horse, you're like, look at me working all smart. All it takes is for somebody who's willing to work harder than you to realize what you're doing and do it too, and they instantly destroy your dumbass. Which is why, and this brings into the actionable step of this video, which is pretty obvious to you guys by now, which is work smart and hard, right? You actually want to be doing both, because this is really where you get your max potential from doing both. You want to be like, I want to work as hard as possible, because as I just said, you get better at working hard by working hard. And just from a general give and take scenario, when you work hard or put in a lot of effort, you get stuff out of that. That's just how reality works. You put in effort, the more you gain out of something. The more you do something, the more you get from it. Right? In the same way, you get better from a skill by doing what? By doing a lot of repetition. The more reps you do, the better you get. So just working hard at base gives you things as a return for your effort, right? But then you combine this with, hey, let me make sure I'm working on the best possible stuff. Right now, I'm flicking this light switch that is only giving me $1. I'm going very hard. But how do I know there's not another light switch that I could be flicking that would actually give me more money? Right? So you want to basically be thinking and also working hard at the same time to make sure, hey, I'm always getting the most out of myself. You don't want to be in that bucket where you're just doing one or the other. You don't want to be that dude who's like, look at me, I'm never working hard. I'm just finding ways to work smart. And then dudes who are willing to work hard and smart destroys that dumbass. Because they're like, hey, okay, I could just find out what you're doing and I'm willing to go harder than you and make more sacrifices than you, so I'm going to beat you. And you also don't want to be just in this brain dead working hard camp. You don't want to just be over here, be like, look at me going super hard. Because a lot of you guys will do this shit too. Because a lot of guys who are ambitious, we go through these phases where, look at us, I'm working so hard. I'm working harder than you. You know what I'm saying? I get no sleep. I go super hard. I'm like, nigga, but you're going super hard, but there's better things you could be working on. So you're over here flexing your effort. And it's almost to basically say these guys at these two light switches and this light switch example I'm giving are basically trying to like flex on each other. Like over here, the one guy's like, look at me, so smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on the smart thing. He's not trying very hard. The other dude's like, look at me over here. You're working smart, but look at how much effort I'm putting in. And then the dude above all of them is like, nigga, I'm doing both of that shit. I'm working harder than your ass, and I'm working smarter than your ass. So it's like, you only win by doing both at the end of the day. You don't want to just sit in one camp and act like, oh, look at me, I'm better than you because I'm working harder than you, I'm working smarter. When really it's, hey, I'm doing both. That's how you really max out your own potential and ability. You make sure for whatever goals you're trying to pursue right now, whatever ambitions you have, you're like, okay, bare minimum, I'm putting in a shit ton of effort. I'm making more sacrifices. I'm doing more hours than everybody else, bare minimum. That's a non-negotiable. Because doing that improves your ability to work hard. And as I just explained earlier, working hard in itself is just going to get you out a lot. Because the more you put in, the more you get out, just from a time and effort standpoint. So you always just want to be, and obviously you get better at putting in effort from doing it. So you always bare minimum, you're putting in a lot of effort. You're always going super hard. That's non-negotiable. But also, you want to make sure you're working on the best possible stuff when it comes to your goals. And you can make sure by looking into guys who've achieved what you want to achieve and see what they were working on to get the most out of, or what has allowed them to get the most out of the work they've done to achieve what they've achieved. You're looking at what they went through, the risk that they took, or what they spent a lot of time on that was getting the most out of the work that they were doing, right? So to ensure that, hey, I'm working on the best possible stuff, and then you combine this with working hard, and then at that point, you become unstoppable. You're really being as efficient as you possibly can be as a human being. So yeah, man. So let me know how you guys feel about this, right? This is something I want to continue to doing. I'm going to continue doing. And if you find different quotes or commonly used quotes, I'll say it like that, commonly used success quotes, right? You find them, let me know down in the comment section. You're like, hey, bro, can you break this down for me? Can you break this down for me? Because I want to understand this a little bit better. I hear it a lot, but I don't really think I understand it from an actionable standpoint, right? Because the big thing of everything I talk about on this channel is action and doing things. So if you find more quotes and you're like, hey, can you break this down? Let me know down in the comments. So I like doing this, generally speaking. Like I fuck with this. I think a lot of things are misunderstood, so I like being able to break that shit down. So let me know if you fuck with it. And if you do fuck with it, of course, like the damn video. I want to grow the fam. I want more guys to see videos like this so they can understand these commonly used quotes and make sure they understand them in a way that they can actually use them properly, or they don't misunderstand it to think, hey, I should just work smart and I shouldn't work hard, when really you should do both if you want to get the most out of yourself. So like the fucking video. More guys will be able to see this shit. And of course, subscribe too, because I'm dropping shit like this all the fucking time. And as I said, I want to grow the fam. I want more guys to see this shit. I want to become rich and famous and have a lot of money too. That's why I'm doing this. For my selfish reason. And also just doing this makes me a lot smarter as well. So yeah, man. So fuck with you guys, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next YouTube video. Deuces.